Alrighty then. Hello. This is Spiritual Counselor Sean here. Hope you're having a magnificent day. And this episode is about heroes and how you are one of them. And you probably don't even know it. That's generally how it works too. But before I go on any further, I should let it be known. This show is explicit. If you are under the age of 18, please, vámonos. If I said it right, I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. I failed Spanish class. I live in San Jose, though, which actually used to be Mexico. I think a lot of Americans forgot the Alamo and forgot that the Alamo was kind of about taking over Texas, which used to be Mexico too. Ain't that funny? That's so funny. You got Texas, which is like a very I don't want to say it, but I gotta say it. It's a very white, racist state. You know, I mean, there's not entirely, but I mean, well, they did just have a shootout, just like we did over here in the Bay. You know, and it's those are really cowardly aspects, I want to say. You know. But let's not get into the whole blame game thing here. This is not about blame. This is about taking responsibility. As we find it, the more responsible that we are, the more responsibility that we take of the world around us, the more authentic we are. And virtuous to the virtues and values of truth. Now, this might sound all, really cheesy, because, we brush off things in our lives as excuses not to face shit, and face ourselves, and face our cowardice, or our laziness, or our excuses. So we got a bunch of excuses all the way around. And this is a huge thing when it comes to mysticism. Esoterics. As Rudolf Steiner put it. Actually, I will look up this quote because I want to say it right. And while I do that, let's play a little music. This one's Go Harder by my boy. And I played it before in an earlier episode, but yeah, it's a good one. I love this one, so here you go.
Madness, baby. Punching in, Stonegate, baby. Boop, boop, boop. Same old shit. Check it. I might be running low on common sense, blowing on my oxygen, knowing that I was always meant to make it hard for y'all to win. Shit to bring the lunatic to you and all you hooligans. It ain't never been that hard to go harder than my duplicates. Starting up the Parker bus and fill it up with women. When you saw me in my truck without my L's, asking who is this?
I did it again. That was the same one too. Right. I forgot last time I did the same thing. Yeah, that was a bad version that cuts out. Well, whatever. I guess it's a different song then. How about this one? 25252569 25 million 100 go 2569 go. What? I see the day dying as a puzzle the horizon. Eyes calls you tomorrow as time keeps flying. Deadline, thinking about the weekend, never get things. Forgetting lessons I should keep. Memory gets tossed in a long lost folder. Steadily remembering the days, less gray. More fun, less pain, and more warm. Was today's much colder. Deleted in my mind around the corners. It's only getting older, barely getting by. I spend it all my life, but something they buy. I need cash to file, so I pull glass hustle. 9 to 5, that ain't shit to my struggle. So I throw on the chains, done move the rubble. The scars for days, cracked ribs, ships double. Straight to the grave, with the foreign ass grind. Take my resume, so I got my life. Damn, fuck that bullshit. I was this bitch like it was lies. Slowly because it's all in due time, and I ain't about that. Is you about that? Rather live my life free. How about that, bitch?
That's right, me too. Yeah, I'd rather live my life free.
Yeah, how about that, bitch?
Fucking crazy ass fucking.
Yeah, how about that? That's stage one, so on to stage two. Replaces emotion, driven into commotion by desire to live life. Nobody's fool. Try to build a better world persona to youth. Why listen to lies and try to preach the truth? Blinded by the allegory, shadows of a category, limits of vision depicted hidden proof. I found my mission is ironically imprisoned in you. Yeah, you that, I'm here to free that. Somebody see that, don't you need that? Don't you dream that? Don't you breathe it? Don't you breathe it? See the day dies. Balls on the horizon. That's stage one, so on to stage two. There's emotion, driven to commotion by desire to live life. Nobody's fool. I already know. Tell me how step 3 is gonna be.
Well, that shit's gonna be hardcore. I don't know if y'all can take that.
Sitting back at the spot, looking at what I got, thinking, do I really want to engage with this? Thinking, maybe motherfuckers should get paid for this. I get no respect, so gotta put you in check. Got too much style, so your security's wild. I hope you get it, got it good. I got a swagger like you shouldn't. Yeah, I used to break up with, but now I'm focused. If you didn't know, it's bitch. They call it 5150, but the synchronicity is with me. Numerology says 11, so you hear that ironically. And at the positive got me feeling esoteric, looking at the sky, doing readings with my past life parent.
Hella mystical.
Astrologic.
That's the astrologic. It's phenomenal. Something did die. As it falls in the horizon.
In your shield. That one actually was for a rap tournament over who could rap the fastest, and I got pretty high up there, but it was well, I didn't exactly read the rules. I just saw it and I kind of entered it. You know, I didn't know it was supposed to be freestyle, but no, that was written and remembered and rehearsed for like, oh god, it must be like 5 years now. I've been practicing and rehearsing that one song, and you know, I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, all right, yeah, I'm gonna school everybody. And I think, you know, I think a lot of people could tell that it wasn't freestyle, but yeah, I got a lot of votes, so that's cool. You know, I feel kind of bad, but hey, you know, I didn't, you know, I mean, I guess I should have read the rules, you know. Anyways, so the Rudolf Steiner quote that I wanted to quote. Now, I want to emphasize here that I don't follow Rudolf Steiner in all of his shit, because I heard once that he's like, or he was racist or something. I don't know. I've never read anything of his that came off racist. I know he does talk about root races and all that in a spiritual manner, but I think, if anything, the Germans after Steiner came about, I think a lot of the Germans just didn't understand, and they took shit the wrong way. Anyways, here's the quote. It goes, "There is a universal law among initiates, that the knowledge due a seeker cannot be withheld. But there is also another universal law, that esoteric knowledge may not be imparted to anyone not qualified to receive it." This is from How to Know Higher Worlds, A Modern Path of Initiation by Rudolf Steiner, published in 1914. 1914. Ooh. Spiritual Guidance of the Individual and Humanity Theosophy, as translated by Christopher Bamford. And yeah, let me say that quote again, actually, because you might have missed it. It goes, there is a universal law among initiates that the knowledge due a seeker cannot be withheld. But there is also another universal law that esoteric knowledge may not be imparted to anyone not qualified to receive it. Now, this is talking about universal knowledge, universal truth. This is a thing about lessons in life, karmic lessons, spiritual lessons coming to you. Now, the answer to this dynamic, well, not answer because it's not really a question, but the hidden thing behind this dynamic is actually so fucking obvious. It's so obvious, but it took me at least a year to understand. And the obviousness is that because we're the ones blocking ourselves from any truth from the universe, because the answers are all within. We already have all the answers. We already know everything. We're just in denial. Obviously, right? You know, everything in mysticism has always said that. You know, and if a person can be psychic at all, let's just look at the basics of this, okay? If a person can be psychic, that means that by default, we are all psychic, right? You know, if a person can read thoughts, that means that there are no barriers. We make up the barriers. So the first step into becoming psychic would be to admit to yourself that you're already psychic, right? And then we kind of see, oh shit, hey, if that's true, then how much of reality in the world that we have around us is connected in ways that we deny? Now, this is why being a hero is elusive. It can be very elusive. You know, how are you going to know? You're not going to know, because the dynamics of it could have entirely to do with things that just do not seem heroic to you. Let's freestyle one, okay? All right, so we got little Jimmy. Now, little Jimmy, he can't play basketball at all. He really cannot play. He sucks. And he keeps trying. Eventually, you know, some of his friends start to make fun of him. Makes him feel bad. But he keeps trying. And then, as time goes on, some of his friends start playing without him. They don't even invite him anymore because he just sucks. Right? Now he finds out about this and gets even more brokenhearted. But he comes around now and then when he sees them playing, and he plays with them anyways, right? Time goes on until nobody passes him the ball. What are we talking about? Basketball, baseball? I don't know. Let's just say it's basketball. I forgot what I was. One of those, right? Okay. Let's say it's basketball. Yeah, so they stop passing him the ball. And it hurts him, right? You know, it hurts him every time, every day. Sometimes he sees on the look of the faces of, you know, of his friends that in those moments where they think about passing him the ball, but they grimace. Or they have a look, right? Now he knows, he sees that. They might not pay attention. They might not know that they do it. And they might not know that each other do it. But he notices it. Why? Because this is a dynamic that he's been going through for a while now. And it hurts him, right? Now, just like with any dream or goal or ideal, he loses fuel. He loses ambition to play, will to play anymore. So he stops trying. Right? One day, he's walking by a different group of kids, a little bit younger than him, and they're playing. The ball comes over his way, and him, well, he grabs the ball, takes a shot, and he makes it. Of course, he doesn't care at this point. He keeps walking on. Then he hears one of the kids say, "Wow, he's so good." And he looks and tries to see who it was, but he can't tell. But one of those kids was his hero. You see what I'm saying? It sparked that verve back up. It gave him the hope to try, to play again. It brought back to life what died within him. That's very heroic. Now, these kind of things, they could happen without even us knowing at all, because it's not all the time that we give reverence and respect to those that we admire, right? We don't always tell the people how much we admire them. We don't always give respect to the moments when a thing really inspires us. But they do happen. I've got a lot of heroes. I respect a lot of people. I try to let them know. Now, this isn't about having to, like a person has to. I don't have to. I want to. And I think within all of us, we have that natural want. Because we know it feels good. We know it feels good to receive it and to give it. And if that's true, if that was, let's just say hypothetically, universally true to a healthy, stable mind of any human being, hypothetically, if that was universally true, that would mean that there's a falsehood, a lie, and a dynamic of social implication that is fucking with us and not allowing us to be that natural hero for others.
Do miracles exist? Have you seen West Virginia in the fall? The colors exploding everywhere you look. Driving a country road, hiking a forest, seeing the small towns. I mean, how is this possible? You know the expression, you won't believe your eyes? Trust me, you won't.
West Virginia is the third most forested state in the U.S., so plan your fall getaway now at wvtourism.com.
Of course, it's always fear-based, right? That's the thing. A lot of times, we have our rules and our sayings in society. And we think that it's a rule because it's some kind of natural rule, or it's just the way it is, and we just go with it. That would be the monkey ladder experiment. It's a scientific experiment. The way I heard it, it goes like this. Scientists had a group of monkeys in a cage. Now, they put food at a place out of reach, and they put a ladder that could reach the food. So, what happened is the monkeys would, of course, climb the ladder to get the food. But what they started doing, because, fucking scientists, right? Fucking motherfuckers. Well, of course, they attached some kind of electric thing or some kind of punishment thing for the monkeys, right? I can't remember if it was a hose or shocking them with electricity, something like that, right? So that way, any time that a monkey would climb the thing, he would get shocked or he would get hurt. And they did this repeatedly until the monkeys no longer climbed the ladder. Now what they did after that was they introduced a new monkey. And when the monkey would try to climb the ladder, because monkeys are social creatures, the other monkeys would stop him, attack him, do whatever. They would try to stop him, and they would basically try to teach the monkey not to climb the ladder. Right? Which is ironic because, the way that I at least heard it was that they would hurt the monkey. The monkeys would hurt the monkey so it wouldn't get hurt. Right? Sounds a lot like humans. Anyways, now what they did was they started to, systematically replace the monkeys. So they would take away a monkey and they would introduce a new monkey that does not know about the ladder. And they kept doing this until all of the monkeys were different. They were not the same as the original monkeys that were taught and shocked by the ladder. And they took out the whole thing about the ladder shocking the monkey. So there was the food, there was the ladder, there was no punishment thing that would harm any monkey. But the social aspect of it was that the monkeys still attacked any monkey that tried to go after the food and climb the ladder, even though there was no practical reason. We have this in society, duh. We do this in society, duh. This is very evident, duh. And it's all over the fucking place. I've been fucking trying to fucking clear the landmines of it all year. Here's one. You can't love anybody until you love yourself. Bullshit. Bullshit. The fuck? What is the love, right? Love is already there. It's unconditional. We place the conditions over that. As you can see through all the fear dynamics in any relationship. Now let's say like, what is that? People, and then it got cut down to people just saying, you gotta love yourself first before anybody's gonna love you. Okay. Bullshit there too. Right? Now let's say you didn't love yourself. Let's say you were suicidal. Right? Now, yeah, of course nowadays you have a bunch of fake ass weak motherfuckers who would see that and they would reject you and they would shun and they would not even try to talk to you because they're pathetic, they're losers. And that's just how it is, It's I'm loving them too, it's just tough love. Because I don't got excuses and I don't got soft love for motherfuckers like that. Because check this out. I can love you no matter what. I can love you if you love yourself or not. I don't give a fuck. I give a fuck, but that's just it, right? Because I actually give a fuck. I actually have that authenticity. Now, those other motherfuckers would basically be just recycling conditional love. Conditional love. That's their condition. Their condition is, oh, you gotta love yourself first. Oh, fucking, that's just the same thing as any other condition, love, basically. It's an excuse. And it's cowardice. And you'll find that actually, if you just admit to yourself that you love a person, regardless of any condition, well, it kind of heals all the bullshit fake dynamics. and it makes you a stronger person. And I'm not saying stronger as in like, like it's a really, it's not even a strength really. It's because it's a sensitivity, just like any psychic or empathic thing. It's about opening yourself up to the sensitivity of the truth and being true to self. That's what pain comes from, really. Pain is the burning away of illusions to uncover what's true and uncover the truth. If you keep feeding the fire illusions and lies, it's going to hurt forever. If you let it burn, you sit with it, and you stop feeding the fire illusions and lies, well, then you see the truth. Sometimes it just takes sitting with it. Now, these are the landmines, the falsehoods that really plague our society. It's fear-based bullshit. Excuses, right? Here's a huge one. I found out that the root cause of all addiction, whether it's gambling, drinking, sex, drugs, pornos, just in general, well, it's all rooted in disconnection. There was a huge fucking mind-blowing TED Talk done on it. It caused a lot of controversy, and it aligned with a lot of practical facts that have been evident in history and in science. Is that as you have people reject, ostracize, judge, blame any addict, their situation becomes worse. I can't remember what the country was. I think it was Peru. I don't know. Some country. They had a crazy heroin addict ratio. It was like 60-70% or some crazy shit. People were dying all over the place. And so the politicians and government came together and they said, let's take care of this. Let's really look at it. And let's figure it out. And what they found was radical. What they did was radical. They immediately legalized all drugs. And they spent the funds and the money instead of on punishment systems. They spent the money on programs to help unite people, to bring people together, programs to help connect people. And the turnaround, well, the proof is in the pudding. I think it was just in a year's time or something like that. Over 50% of the ratio of the addicts were healed, were clean, were better, were integrated into society. There was a huge turnaround. Now this is facts. This is dynamics. Now whether anybody was to blame outwards about it to the people judging or not is irrelevant. It's a lot like the argument vegans have against meat eaters, right? You see, the thing is that as they come at it from a place of blame and pompous self-righteousness, well, it just gets trolled. It just gets ignored from the meat eaters. It just gets it gives the meat eaters a egotistical excuse to pamper their egos and be trolls, right? Mind you, I'm not a vegan. I do believe in the cause, but I'm, at the same time, well, you gotta have empathy. And it's kind of hard to have empathy with the side unless you are it, right? But it doesn't have to be that way, because we can use practicality, logic, understanding, and good communication. Well, of course, given there's authenticity involved. Authenticity from the heart. That's what's most important. Now, when you do that, when you have that, when you give that, that's a fucking superhero right there. That's a fucking superhero. That shit saves lives. I would know. I've been suicidal for most of my life, since I was 5 years old. I've also saved a lot of lives from suicides. I've stopped over 20 suicides. I've stopped a girl from drinking bleach at a party. Well, after the party. Yeah, that was horrible. She was naked too. I'm not laughing in a funny way. I'm laughing in a shocked way, because it was like really awkward. Yeah. I've stopped people from jumping over bridges. That one a lot of times, actually. The bridge thing is a huge thing. I've stopped people from never a gun one. I never had that before. Anyways, the point is, I've been around the block enough for that theme to kind of know a thing or two about it. Heroes come in all shapes and sizes. And generally, all it really takes is sincerity. That's all. That's all it takes. Have you ever noticed how in society nowadays, when a person commits suicide, the people around that, the people that knew him or her, they immediately fall back into a projected blame, oh, that fool was fucking retarded and this, that. And, it's ironic, because they're obviously, from a loss, you feel sad. Why would a person undermine that emotion that's natural with a blame and hateful or spiteful emotion? Well, obviously it's denial. You see, the thing is that we can all, at any time, be compassionate. We can all care. If we didn't want to feel the shame because we didn't show the compassion in the person's life, if we didn't want to look at how we were not compassionate and we could have been better people, well, of course we would blame. That's a dynamic. That's a psychological dynamic. And that's what they do. That's what humans do, and that's why it's there. Now, I don't like to blame, but tough love is still love. And I do want to say, so everybody understands, we are each other's responsibilities. It takes a village. It's a famous adage. It takes a village to raise a child. I want to remind you that we are all children. We all have that inner innocent child, which is the subconscious mind. It is always listening, it is always taking in, and it has no filter. From that level of the subconscious, we are always innocent. We always care. We are always reaching to love one another. And we are all always wanting to be loved. Of course, the want and the feeling of the want is always more painful when it is denied being given. And the thing is that people are full of shit. People are full of shit when they say, oh, well, you are loved, Well, actually, they're just saying that to not look at the facts of how they lack showing it and giving it because of their own ego values, obviously. We have these ego values in our society, things like, that's not my responsibility. Or, I don't have to do that. I don't have to. And it's true, we don't have to. If I'm walking by somebody and, they broke their leg on the ground, bleeding out, I don't have to help them. It's true. I don't have to help them. Does that make it an equal virtue, an equal thing if I choose not to? Sure, we have the choice not to help the person. But what the fuck? Why the fuck would we not? Remember when I was a kid, the song came out by The Offspring. It's called Staring at the Sun. Maybe you remember it. It goes, this starts off with a real fucking strong one. It goes, maybe life is like a ride on a freeway, dodging bullets as you're trying to find your way. Everyone's around, but no one does a damn thing. It breaks me down, but I won't let them. And that actually came out at the same time. What happened was, in New York, there was a traffic jam on the bridge, I think it was, and everybody's just in their cars in the traffic jam. One dude got out of his car, murdered another dude. Violently murdered. No one did a damn thing. No one stopped him. No one tried. Now, individually, we can understand, okay, yeah, we might be in our car thinking, oh, fuck that, I'm not getting involved. That guy could kill me. But socially, if everyone cared, they could have all gotten out of their cars. With as little strength as one hand from each, they could have stopped the guy and held him down. Calmly, softly, even slowly. And they could have saved that guy's life. We say it's not my responsibility, right? That's because you don't take it. But you find that if you have maturity, the more maturity that you have, the more responsibility you take. In Hawaiian, the kahuna practices a spiritual way to become a god. Many of the Hawaiian gods were human. And the way that they do that is through taking responsibility for the world around you as yourself. Some spiritual circles in their ridiculousness, they say things like, like let's say a person is hurting, right? They'll just say, oh, well, it's all you, and fuck you, and that's your fault, right? And then they just shun, and if they hurt the person too, they'll say, oh, well, that's your own self because I'm your reflection. But they don't admit how it goes both ways. You ever notice that? Have you ever been in that situation and you call somebody out on that shit and they just, it's weird, they just stay silent, like they don't understand the damn thing that you said. It's narcissism, actually. That's how it goes, is that they get faced with the thing and they literally don't process it logically. It's not a thing to laugh at. I'm sorry for kind of almost laughing at it. It's not a thing to laugh at. It sucks and it's sad. It's really sad because it's psychological denial. And it's not their fault. They don't know. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. This is a tough time in history, really. The age of Aquarius, the humanitarian, the final sign of air, or as I like to say, light. Because as Gemini is the meeting of two electrons bending the space and time fabric to open up the fabric of space and time to let out photons, which is how photons exist, actually. If you didn't know, it happens from two electrons getting close enough to see that they are the same, one and the same electron. And there you go, aha! And the laugh of God, and out comes the light. Gemini, the third sign of the zodiac. Yeah. 3 minutes left. Spiritual Counselor Sean here. I'm a mystic, as in I've experienced it. I am a spiritual counselor, as in, well, I counsel you motherfuckers. I'm thug as fuck. I'm a rapper, artist, business owner, developer, designer, author. And I'm a hero. So are you. I already done said it. Look, don't trip, okay? I'll tell you once more, okay? Baby steps. I said it twice before, still gotta say it again. Word for word, bang for buck, I work for my rent. Some people talk a lot, but does it even make sense to tell my homies that I'm gamble now? I only invest, no joke, I fuck with only the best. Honor, respect, jealous so you're mental when you still baby step. That baby step and baby step it. Man, I be preaching the word. Silicon Valley, so they call me a nerd. Native Sagittarius, so I teach what you learn. And I'm heated, feeding style, so I chill when I burn. Baby, repeat me like bird. Don't try to bet what ain't earned. Better cite what you heard. No copyright, sue the perm.
This bar so hard, you don't even wanna hear it. Cognitive dissonance, tripping providence, conjugal physics. Compliment the dance, bro, damn, where did you get it?
Spirit about it, I guess the Holy Ghost with it.
That's the Holy Ghost.
Holy Ghost. No. The bass be enlightened, guess I'm waking him up. Proof is in the pudding and my belly be stuck. You think Mercury retrograde even give a fuck?
You retrograde don't give a motherfuck. Trippin'. Hella trippin'.
Crazy.
Man, I be
unique style, so watch it when I burn. Baby, rip me like bird. Don't tryna bite what ain't earned. You better say what you heard.
Copyright to the perm. Spit bars so hard you don't even wanna hear it.
Cognitive dissonance, fishing compliments, mission is finished. Every goddamn duck face mimic.
To my double vision, I swipe right on all them bitches, K. Look, it's not new, it's nothing special.
I mean, when it's monkey see, monkey do. Hey, what's the difference if I swipe right?